Since Serhat Isik and Benjamin Huseby founded GmbH in 2016, every collection has started with music. 7 years on, and they've archived the Runway tracks in GmbH, an anthology of music for fashion shows 2016 to 2023 Volume 1, as a limited edition double LP with their sonic collaborators, Farahnaz Hatam and Colin Hacklander of Labour. A celebration of collaboration and community, I rang up GmbH's founders and Studio Labour to learn their secrets to soundtracking a fashion show. What makes a good fashion show soundtrack?
I think I can speak for Serhat a little bit as well, but I think like how we really see our shows in front of us when we hear music and we see the clothes and we kind of feel the emotion. And I think it's always about trying to find the music that sort of capture those moments. And you're able to sort of recreate it. So recreate that emotion for the audience. Of course, not everyone responds to music the same. So not everyone's gonna have the same memories or emotions or same reading of a specific track. And maybe sometimes we read way too much into things, but I think that's, fashion shows should be kind of emotional, I feel. Like, otherwise there's no point. I think it is to bring you somewhere for those few minutes that you're there.
And the way to get there for us has always been like to be very authentic with our own emotions. Like it's not so much about we want them to feel this, so we should choose this track. It's really more about what story are we telling and what are we feeling currently, and kind of coming together with people that kind of share the same feelings and emotions about a certain time maybe that we're going through, and that's sort of what we focus on. And I think when we really authentically stay in that state of mind while we're creating the music, where we really feel, okay, these are exactly the emotions we want to convey, then that translates somehow, no matter how that will be perceived by the audience, obviously. But it starts with us first, as opposed to kind of thinking, we want them to feel this, so we choose this piece of music or something.
I mean, with the GmbH collections, there's always, generally speaking, so much elegance and boldness and beauty. And if we can kind of arrive at those things within whatever set of musical material we've arrived at for a particular show, then we go in that direction.
Why did it feel like the right time to kind of collate your soundtracks?
We felt like 7 years sort of just seems like a number to mark in some way. I don't know, because it has this sort of magical resonance, and it just, we were just kind of interested in kind of finding a way of, I guess, marking that, celebrating that, and also for us to sort of show how important music has always been for GmbH. I think from our first interviews, we always said that a collection starts with listening to music.
I think the first 2 collections were named after tracks, actually.
Yeah, also, yeah. I don't remember actually who had the first idea of it. I think it was Labour that proposed the idea.
Yeah, Colin said he wanted to do it since a while, and we talked about it quite a bit. And we finally decided to do this project together and to bring together all the different people from the community who are friends with Serhat and Benjamin and who have made music and contributions to their shows in the past. And also to kind of celebrate a lot of the music that we've made for them in the past, the different collections that they've done.
And it felt like a cool way to also give life to the music, not only our own, but to the other music that's been either produced for fashion shows, like Billy Boutil and Steve Katona's piece, Ilem, for the show called Ilem. Also, like Fatima Al-Qadiri's track, like Serhat, you were mentioning, there was a line that was transliterated for the show, for your show title, My Beauty Offends You, and so on. And so we're like, wow, there's so much amazing music happening around GmbH. Like, let's bring this together in a way that gives it, kind of own life in relation to and in dialogue with their life in the fashion shows.
And what is that process like between you and who you're working with?
Independently from one another, Benjamin and I would think of music, and serendipitously would be the same kind of vibe. And that's when we would kind of like align on how we feel the collections would look. And we would always have like samples of pieces of music that we would kind of propose to the people, the artists that we work with, and then kind of go from there.
I mean, for us, it's been really important to come together actually conceptually and to meet and discuss the ideas behind the collection and then to respond to it musically from our point of view. So for Weltsamdraht, for example, it was an idea of simulation of World on a Wire from the Fassbinder film. And in the film, there is a simulation of a world, and we collaborated with Khayyam Alami on the music for that, and there Khayyam is playing oud in kind of like in reflection or in relationship to a traditional music that has been performed many times, and it's his rendition of that. And we take basically that rendition and through processing it, create a kind of like a simulation of that reality reinterpreted through digital means and electronic music. So in a sense, we get a lot of input from GmbH's ideas in terms of how they're approaching their collection, and then we transfer those ideas conceptually to how we compose the music for.